Hello everybody and welcome to another video with Ruth at artfulstampin.co.uk. It's Masculine Monday and I know you might not be watching this on a Monday, but it's something that I've just started in the last 2 or 3 weeks just to kind of give me a focus of what to do on certain days when I come live. So hello if you're watching this on the replay, it's really great to have you here, and do feel free to skip ahead to see the stamping that I do. Please stick with me to the end and see the results, because even though I'm not quite sure what we're going to be making just yet, I'm sure it will hopefully inspire. Well, how can I be sure? Well, based on previous videos, I'm sure it will inspire you, but you never know. Today might be the week. Today might be the day where it might not go right, because I'm going to try something a bit different for me. Well, I say a bit different. Yeah. Really, when I go masculine, I tend to stay with very neutral colours. But I just had a little discussion with my son, who's 17. You know, he's a boy, and he knows what's masculine looking. So I was asking him what sort of bright colours, Anyway, I've decided to go for these, very autumnal, because I feel like today's One Sheet Wonder is going to have that kind of masculine sort of feel to it, but yet be nice and bright and fun at the same time. So I'm just grabbing up the video so I can see your comments. Very briefly, I just want to give you a heads up about the 24-hour sale that's going to be happening in 2 days' time. So Wednesday, the 23rd of October. Normally, I kind of let these things slide and just, I do advertise them, but I don't make a really big deal of them. However, this year, on a personal level, there are going to be stamp sets that I'm going to be buying, because there are ones that I've thought about buying, and at 15% off it gives me a bit more of an incentive. But there are lots of stamp sets listed that are going to have 15% off that I use a lot on my videos. So if you were thinking, okay, I want to purchase First Frost or crackle paint, or what was the other one, Beautiful Friendship, that is going to have 15% off. I can't believe it. So it's going to be £17 instead of 20. Waterfront, Very Versailles, Winter Woods I use, and not so much, but Swirly Frames. Okay, so there's a lot of stamps that I use, and you will have seen me use, that are going to be on sale on the 23rd of October, in 2 days' time. So if you have a demonstrator, please contact them, order your stamps through them. If you don't, and you live in the UK or Europe where Stampin' Up sell, please feel free to order through me. Go to artfulstampin.co.uk. The links will be below. And that is all I'm going to say on it for tonight. I think tomorrow night I'll come on and maybe do a little bit more of a kind of explanation of why I think some of these stamps are really good, and also tell you about the stamps that I am now really thinking about purchasing, that I've been sort of teetering, wondering whether to get them, but with the extra 15% off, it's definitely well worth it for me, because I really want to make more videos for you guys and show you how to use them. Now, to my shame, I was looking at my shelf earlier for just a really, like an image that was kind of big-ish, but what I would term as masculine. I don't have one. I even considered chopping the unicorn's horn off so that I could use it as a horse, but I've decided to do something else instead. Right, so I have this idea to create something a little bit more brighter than normal for a masculine card, but kind of looking autumnal. So I'm going to try and pair up Buffalo Check with Snowfront. A little bit unusual, I know. I'm hoping it's going to work. I've got at my side Waterfront, just in case, and also I've got in the back of my mind a lovely leaf, say out of Painted Harvest or something like that. And we'll see what happens. Right, I'm just going to grab my super large block. I know I don't always use this block, because you've often seen me use this by hand and just splatting it down. But this time I'm going to show you how to create a smaller area of the Buffalo Check without too much trouble. Okay, this is what you do. You basically get your ink pad and you just plop it down in the middle, just ink up that middle section. that is it. I'm not even sure how I'm doing this, but we'll just go for a corner to start off with. And then you stamp, lift off, and you've just got that small section there that's been inked up. So just do that a few times. So I'm kind of going to create a bit of a collage, just see what happens, and we'll go from there. Yes, exactly, Jocelyn. Hello. Sorry, I haven't said hello to everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome. Sorry, I was so keen on kind of giving you information that I haven't said hello. So if you're watching on the replay, the reason I'm saying hello to all these people is because this was a live video. That's why I put the red dot at the beginning of my live video, so it makes it easier for you to find them. And if I do a edited version of this video, I will put the word fast in front of the video so that you know that you know, watch me at super speed and you don't have to sit there and watch me for, you know, however long I've been live for. So there we go. Right, so hi, yay, hi Jenny and Katie, lovely to see you. Hi Jocelyn, yes, you're so right. So if you're a demonstrator, you get the additional 20% discount on top. So that's really great news. Hi Jeannie, lovely to see you. Hi Vanessa, hi Vicky, and hi Tina and Janice. Janice, have you been able to go live yet on your device? Janice was so excited yesterday. She reached her 1,000 subscribers, so it means that she can go live from her device, but she was waiting for YouTube to kind of catch up with the news of that. So right, why have I got a smudge there already? Oh dear. See, Jenny has seen my messy craft room. She knows how messy I am. So there we go. Right, so I've got a little bit of this yellow down. I really don't have much of a plan. I sometimes like just creating and seeing where the shapes and the colours take me, okay? So that is kind of what I'm doing with you guys. I just want to play, and this is part of the pleasure of what I do. I love coming on here and playing and really encouraging you who are watching, to play, because that is how you find out what works. You know, I think too often we get so worried about it not being correct and not working that you actually you're stopping yourself playing because you are so fearful that you might get it wrong. That is not the case. Just go for it, because if you don't have a go, you will never know. So just do it. Just do it. It's one of my favorite kind of sayings. Just do it. I remember a few years ago it was some little video Vine going around of this guy going, just do it, you know, and that's the way I sometimes feel about stamping. Just have a go, you know, it's only paper. There we go, I quite like that. A little bit different. Hi Karen. Jenny's laughing at me, she's seen my craft room. Look, you see, look, 3, so you can stamp off 3 times with this stamp. It's pretty amazing. Right, let's have a little bit more of a play on this one. Ta-da! There we go. And now I've done that, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. Maybe some mountains in the background? So this was Cajun Craze that I've just used. That's some pumpkin pie. I know you don't really get orange mountains, but we're keeping with that autumnal look. And, you know, I don't know. Maybe on, you know, when the snow starts to... Where did I just put that stamp? Oh, here, it's in front of me. You know when, not snow, when the sun is setting and the light is maybe glaring off, you know, a snow mountain, it might reflect, you know, a really orange sky. I don't know, I'm making it up. That's what I'm kind of imagining, that, you know, you're going to have these gorgeous, or haze. Sometimes a haze comes over, doesn't it? Oh, fantastic. Katie has had fun playing with her stamps. Awesome. Yeah, Jenny and Katie came to visit me the other day, and I basically managed to get rid of my some of my retired stuff because Katie really enjoyed making some Christmas cards. So she went home with a little package of supplies and stuff. So I hope that she's got the bug and she'll keep making cards and things. And I'm expecting a handmade Christmas card from her, so that'd be great. Yes, the Nike strapline. That's it, Janice. Just do it. Okay, I better stop saying it, otherwise I might get into trouble. Right, so there we go. Some orange hills. Right. Oh, I wanted to put some deer in somewhere, but I think I might save that for something else. So I want to do something more textured and something different in the background, maybe some like leaves and things, because I don't want it to be realistic. It's not about creating a realistic scene. I want to make something that's just interesting. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. I think I might just grab a leaf stamp. Where's Painted Harvest? Here's Painted Harvest. And maybe some old olive. Awesome, Katie. Look forward to that. Right, so this is one of my favourite leaves because it's got so much detail in it. Actually, is this one on sale? Let me just check. Painted Harvest. Let me check. Painted Harvest. It is. It's on offer. Awesome. So this is £17 on Wednesday. I'm going to be putting my order in on Wednesday. Right, let's have a think. What should we do here? Just have a little like a leafy going off into the distance. Maybe some leaves here as well. Hi, Judy. Oh, oh, I dropped a stamp. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Just checking it's not got bits on it. Sometimes with YouTube, I know that when I had to get verified because I was waiting to get my watch time over a certain amount, it took months. It shouldn't take as long as that because it's a different issue, but it literally took months. I think I was verified in the April and it took to the June, like 2 months at least, to be properly verified. So I know sometimes it does take a bit of time. But I don't know with this situation because you're not being verified. It's, yeah, something different. So. Right, so this is crumb cake. I just wanted some more, something different, another texture in here. So this is why I'm putting this leaf in here as well. Now, as I said, it might not kind of quite work, but I won't know until I try. So. You're verified. Okay, good, Janice. No, I meant the, yeah, okay, yeah, that's something slightly different. Have you tried doing, I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm sure you'll figure it out. Right, I feel there's a bit of a gap there. Ooh, what should I put in its place? Little tree, perhaps? I use Vanessa's just asked me what software I use to edit. I've got a Samsung S7, and Samsung themselves actually have a very kind of basic video editing package that you can download, and that's what I use. I used it when I had my S5, still have my S5, and then just carried on using it when I got the S7. So I find that's perfectly adequate. I don't really need anything that does anything too super duper fancy. So I'm happy with it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my jury's out for me. I'm not quite sure. Oh, splatters. Splatters will make it all okay. Oh, Sheila, you haven't missed much. Sheila says that she's missed the 15 minutes and she's going to cry. Don't cry, Sheila. It's all right. I'll do another one because I'm not completely convinced by this one. So we're trying to go for a masculine autumnal look, but that is bright and fun. So, but I'm not saying that women might not like it. It's just, you know, we're trying to do ones that men would like as well. Trying to break up some of this really plain bits. Let's bring some down here as well. You're using a video camera. I might try your iPhone. Yeah, if it's one of the newer ones, and it, you know, mine's I think a 13 megapixel camera on my phone, so it's more than enough. It does, you know, full high density recording. If I'm recording directly onto my phone, it records at the highest level, and it then when it goes onto YouTube, it's high level, high density, whatever it's called, HD. So, you know, it's a really good quality. Now with YouTube, because I'm doing this as a live, it's being whatever the word is. It's going onto YouTube at lower rate, lower quality. So when I download it back down, it's not as high quality as if I had just filmed it straight. So that is why you'll notice there will be a quality difference between the videos that I do, where I film them, edit them, or whatever, and put them directly to you guys. But I'm finding that I'm getting so much more engagement from people by doing a live, so I've kind of made that decision to sacrifice that for now, because I also like the interaction of doing the lives. So that's just me. Right, so I'm going to cut this at slightly smaller than I would do normally. Normally I'd cut this at 10 centimetres, but I'm going to do it at 9.5 because that bit seems to be a natural point to do that. So then I'll cut that down. So normally I would cut this at 14 and a bit, so I'll cut it a bit smaller. Yeah, I'm not sure about these leaves. It feels like they're floating. Cut that there. Oh, I forgot to take a photo. Never mind. I forgot to get you guys to take a photo. This is how you know this is proper Ruth playing time, just trying to figure things out. Okay, so don't hold me to ransom for these cards, will you? Because, you know, if I can't make them look right, they'll end up in the bin. Right, so I'm feeling like these leaves feel like they're coming out of nowhere. So to fix that, I know it is my taste. You might be thinking, oh, it's absolutely fine, leave it. But for me, I don't like the fact that they're kind of just floating. So I'm actually going to bring these leaves down so that they come across the page a bit more, so that it feels like they're going on and off the page. That's a bit better. So let's try and figure out this one. There we go. That one feels a bit better. And I know normally I'd have grid paper, but I thought to make it look more masculine, I'll use the cardboard that comes from the backing of the grid paper. You know, waste not, want not. There we go, that's a bit better. You just watched the fast snowflake collage video. Ooh. Oh, I can't even remember what that one looks like. How long ago was it? Snowflake one. Snowflake collage. That must be... Oh, I don't know. I'm putting leftover cling on my winter woods. Well done, Sheila. See? Right, I'm wondering if I want to do a little bit of a border here. So I'm going to grab my swirly frames because there's this lovely line image on here, which is, oh, I did it 3 days ago. Oh, Snowfront. Not snow. Yeah, it was the snowflakes that caught me off guard because I'm a bit of a sucker for snowflakes. I was like, what? Wait, what snowflake one? Because what? I love snowflakes. Right. What do they say? Snowflakes are winter's butterflies. And Jenny knows I like butterflies. So. Okay, so I just feel like we need a bit of edging and pulling it all together, almost like a bit of framing with this image. So let's just, you see, it doesn't matter that it doesn't stretch all the way across. You can have it with gaps, it doesn't matter. See, ta-da! It makes it look like a vintage, yeah, like a, I don't know, like an old vintage film or something. Hey, Sherry from Kentucky, you finally caught me live. Yes. Okay, right. Let's try this one now. Let's make sure this is in focus. Right. So, right, I'm going to try it the other way now, around now. So with the dots on the outside. I'm pressing too hard in my ink pad. I've got far too much ink on here. Well, there we go. Is it worth me trying a different? Oh, tell you the other thing you can use as, I'm not going to do it, but the other thing you can use to, because it's straight-ish, is this one here. You can use that and go round an edge if you wanted to. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Just because it'd be a bit different, is, I need to find it again now. Oh, here it is. Just take that off a second. Pop it there. Let's actually go round the edge with this. No, hold on. Not convinced. Just do it, Ruth. Just do it. Just do it. I'm just going to do it. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, it does look very vintagey, doesn't it? This looks like it's got like branches hanging in and down now, doesn't it? I don't know. I don't know if I like it, but it doesn't matter. I feel like I need to put some extra green down here now. it's about, sometimes it's just about pattern. It's not about it being a tree or being a leaf or being whatever. It's just about getting some pattern. And if it looks like a tree, that's great. If it looks like a leaf, that's fine too. But sometimes you can just take pleasure in colours and shapes and stuff like that on a piece of paper. So that's why I'm not being too fussed about it all, because it's kind of fun. Oh well, there we go. That's what that looks like. Right, what's the other one? There's this great big long one here as well. Hi Connie, thank you so much. Well, it is about being creative. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm very very honoured that you would say that about me. But it's also just about being brave. It's just having a go and seeing, oh, does it work? Does it not work? You know, and not being afraid of doing it. So you guys can be just as creative by having a go. Okay, that's all it is about. Have a go. Maybe we need to hashtag that. Have a go stamping. Hashtag have a go stamping. You know? You see, that just frames it nicely, doesn't it? It's just got that little bit of green there, a little bit of green there. That's not too bad. All right, right, let's move on. Shall I stick to doing something on yellow, or shall I do another colour? Japanese style. Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah. I'll lay these out and let you have a look. Okay, guys, so do you want me to carry on stamping on yellow, or shall I choose another bright colour? Because I do want to try and master using brighter colours. The other thought I have had, and I had a brief discussion with my sister about this afternoon, is creating a bright, bold background and then stamping these in something quite dark. So Vicky wants me to try another colour, okay? Connie says, I'm a chicken trying to try things different. I'm presuming that's your accent. I'm so sorry, Connie, if it's not. Okay, so shall we go? Oh, what about Grapefruit Grove? Yes, orangey or purple. Good idea. Okay, so it is Masculine Monday, so we're going to try and keep it masculine. Let's get a bit of Grapefruit Grove. She says, has she got a... Oh, have I run out of Grapefruit Grove? Oh, man. I have. It's a pumpkin pie it'll have to be. This will be interesting. So I'm thinking orange. Let's go down the oranges and reds route and then do something dark brown for the actual imagery. Okay, so let's get the buffalo check back in again. Give it a little bit of a clean. She says, if I can get my cloth. A little bit of a spray. Hi from Australia. Hi, Pam. Rightio. Let's have a go. So, still, we're just wanting a little section. We don't want a whole big section of this. So, let's try it. We'll start here. Get that down on there. What time is it? It is 10 o'clock in the evening here in the UK. Yep. And it's a bit earlier than that in the States. I appreciate y'all joining me early in the morning, you Australians and New Zealanders. Bit of a wake-up call, isn't it? It's 5 p.m. where you are, Cherie. So, Cherie, how long have you been following me? It's lovely to see you. It's always nice to hear from people who follow me for a while and then find me live and enjoy it and so on. So I'm very appreciative of you sticking with me, and obviously you've got notifications coming through that I was live. So So for those of you who still struggle to get the notification of me being live, please do check your device settings, because sometimes you may have told your device not to tell you or not to give you notifications. And so you do sometimes have to play around and check what's happening with those. Right, so there's our orangey background. Now, do you think that sunflowers are masculine? Do you think I could get away with like a faint sunflower in the background? You know? Because they're not too girly, are they? They're quite spiky, you know? Oh, you've been following me for 2 months and you just figured out notifications. Ah, awesome. Right, I'm going to go crushed curry and have this as a very faint kind of background. Oh, so faint that you might not even be able to see it. Oops. I can get away with anything. Thanks, Connie. Yeah, I might be able to get away with stamping anything, but I might not be able to get away with giving a man a girly card. Even in, you know, even with the charm that I might be able to put on. Right, I'm not sure you guys are seeing this. I'm going to try and get you in a bit closer and see if you can see this. Hi, Reet. Nice to see you. Yeah, it is super duper faint. Yes, farmers do grow sunflowers. They might be sick of the sight of them, but there we go. Right, that is very, very faint, but there we go. I've done it now. We're sticking with it. So, right, I'm just going to get these centres on because they look a little bit odd without a centre. So I'm just going to very quickly. I'm not being very good in my aim of this, but if it's your love language you're giving, then yes, that is true. For those of you who've not read the book by Gary Chapman, the 5 Love Languages book, I totally recommend it. It's very helpful for interpersonal relationships, not just with loved ones, but also colleagues, you know, church members, people who may annoy you. Hi, Betty. You follow me since 2016. Oh my goodness, Betty, you have seen some videos, haven't you? You will have seen some videos. Yes. Okay, so what about, let's get a few trees in here, I think. Oh, there's this tree that I've not used yet. I mean, I've used it, but not on here today. So let's have that in the background. Got a nice pile of stamps building up here. Right, put the yellow away. So the yellow is super faint. The orange is just about seeable. What about this? The Cajun Cray is going to be too bright. No, let's go for it. Or shall I try terracotta tile? That might be a bit lighter. Oh, there we go. First ones I saw was the 2016, 2018 in colours. Ooh, so was that... oh no, hold on, what are those colours? Oh, that's the powder pink and the... Tranquil Tide. Is that... was it those colours? When using the leftover clay on my other stamps, it has reacted after fuse and turned into a soft glue. Oh! No! That's really bizarre. That it shouldn't. So you stuck them onto the old clings? That is really bizarre, Betty. Maybe contact Stampin' Up about that, because that's really bizarre. And it's something that a lot of demonstrators are suggesting people do. So, so Betty, was that when, oh no, I think the year before, either the year before, the year before that, I was on stage, what's the word? I can't remember what they called it. Like a product demonstrate. Like I wasn't on stage to produce it, but I was given the in colours ahead of time to play with, and I had to create different things to show on stage, which was a very just lovely experience. And then a couple of years I actually presented on stage as well. Right, have I got enough there? I think so. There we go. Display stamp. That's it, Janice. Thank you. I forgot the word. Ah, dear. Right, I'm wondering whether we just have some circles. Do we want circles? Or do I go in now with the... I know what, I'm going to go in with the early espresso, something nice and dark, and see what happens. So, let's get... oh, where's early espresso disappeared to? It's not in my carousel. I'm going to have to get my old one out. So I'm just having a think. Right, let's get that one. Okay, so I'm going to get the little deer out because these darling deer, as soon as they're stamped, just seem to make a picture. Oh. What's the difference between the old and the new ink pads? It's basically the design of the casing. Nothing has really changed about the inks, apart from they have now started making the inks with what's called a defoamer, so that it doesn't foam up as much. So there is a little bit of difference. However, if you have the old ink pads, you can ink up the old ink pads with the new ink. So it's mainly a streamlining thing. So what happened was Stampin' Up's run on the old design was coming to an end, and that was it. Oh, what happened there? Oh, it's because this is... Oh, I've just realised I've got a mat underneath this. The mould, that was it. The mould for the old plastic this casing was needing to be renewed. And so they thought either we can renew it or we'll design something new. So they decided to go with something new and go for something a little bit more streamlined. So when you do look at it, you'll see that there is a slight difference in size. Certainly looking down on it. And then also there's a difference in the width. So they've basically, these were designed to fit in the old carousel caddy. But then they've done away with that now as well, just to streamline everything. And these will sit, they've got these tiny dots on them, and they sit really nicely, like they stack really nicely on top of each other, whereas these ones don't do that. But in terms of how the pad works, there's no difference at all. So there we go. Right, just doing my trees. Maybe put a few more trees there. I'm trying to do different sort of scenes so that you get to see what it looks like with the different trees and things. I've got this one here, so I'm just going to do... And I'm trying not to do the whole re-stamping, you know, second generation, because I want it to be really dark. You know, almost like it's dusk and you're looking out and at a silhouetted scene. Yeah, they did a bit of an, what's called a revamp, a colour revamp. So what used to be the neutrals, subtles, regals and brights, they did have a bit of a revamp of the colours. So there were some colours that we lost, as it were, they got retired. And so they then brought in some colours that we used to have, that we missed, and then they brought in new colours, just as a bit of a colour refresh, because, you know, over a few years, and they do this every sort of 5 to 10 years, not 5 to 10 years, 5-6 years, because colours kind of go in and out of fashion, and so they want to stay up to date. So we have the 4 colour families that have 10 colours in them, and then we also have in colours that you can that only are with us for like 2 years, because they are the more fashionable colours. So right, I just fancied some more deer. Lovely deer. Stick that in there. Hi Tony, nice to see you. So here I'm just experimenting with that, having a darker sort of silhouette look. And then if you want the trees to not look so bare, this is my tip. This is supposed to be, I don't know, it feels like, it looks like kind of like snow blobs. I don't know. So if you want to make the trees look like they've got something more to them, then you can use these blobs to kind of fill in. So I am doing a second generation stamping technique, as you can see. I'm just kind of like stamping around and around and around. Oh, I don't need to do it to the others. There we go. And then if you want to do a bit of a kind of hill looking thing, no, that's too small, that stamp, that block. Hi Joe! Good morning, Australia. Yes, if you wanted to make it look like the trees are actually on something as opposed to just sort of floating in midair, then you can, you know, do that. Actually, I don't really want to do it to the deer because it will interfere with the deer there, but I'll just do it there. There we go. So very autumnal, orangey kind of colours. I haven't stamped any leaves, but I might do that. I'm wondering whether to go back over with the sunflower in a darker colour, so that you actually get the odd bit more firmer sunflower coming through. Let's try that with terracotta tile. I'm just going to do it in one corner and then see what happens. Oh, yeah, I quite like that. I'm going to do some here. Do some there. Do one there. They almost look like blazing suns, don't they? Yeah, so this is terracotta tile on pumpkin pie. Now it's always worth noting that when you stamp these colours onto an already existing colour, you know, you end up with things that perhaps are a little bit more unexpected. So it's always worth experimenting with that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to not use terracotta tile for the centres of these because I think that might be a bit too dark. I'm going to bring in the pumpkin pie and do it there. So... oh, that's okay. Will is... no, I was going to say Wilma then, but no, that's not right, is it? Wanda Bailey, isn't it? Oh, I'm getting to know your names. slowly. Okay, so the reason, I know you probably see me, for those of you who've been watching my videos, but those who are new to my videos, the reason I do this pouncing effect is because sometimes it's hard to get it exactly spot on. So if I just pounce it around, it means it covers that whole thing. So, yes, wonder. There we go. I think I'm going to stop there and see what it looks like cut up. I don't need to waste so much with this one. Every day on YouTube and of the video from you come onto YouTube and to see if there's a video. This is pumpkin pie cardstock, and then I've stamped with pumpkin pie for the buffalo check and the centres of the sunflowers. And then I have stamped with terracotta tile for the trees. Trying to see which way, where I want to chop off. That way. One of these looks a little bit lopsided. That one feels a bit lopsided, but never mind. Looks like lots of suns. Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it? Yes, of course, I'll do that in a second. I'll get you close up. Oh, I just killed a deer. Oops. Oh dear. Oh dear, the deer's... Oh dear. If you have this running joke I have about deer with my family. My dad has this habit of calling my mum dear. So we try to think of a sentence in which deer could feature very heavily. So the scenario is my mum goes to the market to buy some deer and comes back and tells my dad, dear, 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 the deer's dear, dear. Because in the UK, we say, if something's like, you know, it's a bit of an expletive, like if something's wrong, we go, dear, dear. So, dear, dear, dear. Dear, the deer's dear, dear. Right, okay. Let's get you close up and then you can see what's going on. So, let's get you in. Woo, that was good, wasn't it? Okay, so. Oh, have I cut too much off that side? Oh, I did this last time. Okay. So I'm thinking we need something else here. Those trees? I think. Oh dear, I left the impression there. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Oh, the cottage. Oh, I forgot about the cottage. Oh, I might have space for that somewhere else. Bear with. Bear with. I might be able to get the cottage on. Get that off now. Let's do that there. Right, so that's one. That's two. See, that one, I feel like it needs more sunflower. There. Okay, so remember that you can always do this process post cutting it up, okay? The one sheet wonder process, it's just to kind of get you started and get you going, because it's so unpredictable sometimes how it's going to turn out. You know, you just don't know, you know, and it's nice. Oh, I've just broken my ink pad. Sometimes the surprise is really fun. You know, how things fall, and, you know. So we'll leave that one there. And this one, I think, has got space for the cottage. There. It's all right there, isn't it? So let's get that on there. Ink it up well. There we go. Cottage on. And that one, I think, is fine. Doesn't need much else really. Maybe a few little splatters just down in this corner here. There we go. And then I'll bring back the other ones for you to see the colours. That definitely needs more splattage on it, doesn't it? Where did I put the green? Oh, here. Small smackery. Yes, that's a good way of saying it. A smackery of splatters. Okay. You were still on the ferry. Well, that's a really good excuse, Cindy, not to watch my videos. That's allowed. That's fine. Ruth, can you teach a one-sheet wonder with part of it as an embossed resist similar to masking? Yes, I can, Vanessa. I have been thinking of doing that. I have got one of those quite way back. I have done it before. I think if you search for my videos and you look up the word batik, B-A-T-I-K, you will find it. But I did it, did I do something? Oh, and also the one that's got the balloons on it. Would you like me to link below or message you or something? What would you like me to do? So there we go. Right, you know what I might do? I might flip the camera around. I realised my sister did it earlier. I thought, oh, you might just want to chat to me. So thank you very much for joining me, guys. And so if you're watching this on the replay and you don't want to see me chatting, that's fine. Do feel free to hop off now. And I think I'm going to be back tomorrow night with, I know some of you requested more ornate cards. I have to make a 50th anniversary card for my mum. My mum's requested one for a friend of hers. So I've already started cutting out all the different elements for it so that the actual, you know, video bit won't take so long. So let me see if I can bring the camera down, bring you up. Oh, thank you. Appreciate the thumbs up. I'm sorry about this thing here in the corner. It's because I've got a crack across my screen. Oops. So that's why. Link it. Others may enjoy it as well. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I will write myself a note. Hold on, let me put this down somewhere so I get my cup of tea. Hold up the phone. Are the stamp sets you're thinking about getting on sale Wednesday? Yes, Wanda. They are indeed. And I've kind of think I've changed my mind. Is it Nature's Beauty was like top of my list, and I'm thinking I will get it eventually, but not get it just yet. Beautiful stamping, love it. Oh, thank you, Ali. Very kind of you. Because there's quite a few. So it was either a case of getting Nature's Beauty and not getting something else. So I thought, actually, you know what I'd rather do is just buy some of the ones that were on my list. So what were you asking? This was fun. Good. Love your best. Did you by chance? Oh, this. No, my friend made this for me. Yeah, she knew I like these colours. You know, this mustard with the peacocky colour and it's like a dark grey she's patined it with. And she saw the pattern and she like beavered away. This was when she had fewer children. And she beavered away at it and she made it for me. And it's all down the back as well. So yeah, it's nice. It keeps me warm, especially it's getting a bit cold here. So that's kind of cool. Right, so what was I going to write down? Oh yeah, put links to Emboss Resist. I have got a few Emboss Resists actually already on here. So I was wondering what border stamp I used, stamped with the green. It was from Swirly Frames. Sorry, now it's reversed, but it was this one here and this one here. And this is on offer on Wednesday. So if you don't have it, if you've seen my masked circles, this is a must. Okay, so this is reduced by 15%. So I don't know what that means in your area, but in the UK that's quite a good reduction. So normally it's £20 for us and it's going to be £17. Thank you, Judy. Your one-sheet wonders are very beautiful. You have a knack for artistic work for sure. Thank you. My daughter would really like Garden Shed, although I can't see how I'm going to use it that much because it's one of those that you kind of just colour in. So I'm not sure. Right, so the ones, I'm just going to tell you the ones that I've used and I think are really lovely. Very Versailles. Oh my goodness, if you don't have Very Versailles already, if you like all that scripty stuff with the leaves, you know, great for shabby chic, French looking, masculine, you know, those leaves. If you're making sympathy cards, beautiful. I made a very simple sympathy card the other day with it. Not other day, a few weeks ago. Waterfront, I've just used that. For the speckle stamp alone, it's worth £13.60. You will use other stamps from it, I promise. But for the speckle, if you don't have a decent speckle. Little Twinkle, I've sort of had a think about. It's just sort of something a bit different. Painted Harvest, you've just seen me use that with the sunflowers. So that's lovely. First Frost, lovely. Because it's got the roses in it and it's got quite a few leaves in it. Lily Pad Lake, you've seen me use recently, but I've been borrowing my sister's for that one. Artisan Textures. Oh my days. You see me use that so many times. It's got all those splots and the splatters. And Gallery Grunge. Now, I don't have Gallery Grunge, but it's been a stamp set that's been hovering in and out of my basket for months. So I think I will finally get it. Crackle Paint is down to £12.75. Awesome. And I am definitely going to get the All Wired Up, the netting one, because I've wanted to get that for ages. And with 15% off, it's like, yes. I had a sort of a half think about the bokeh dots, but I don't know. I just not sure it's kind of suits my style of stamping. I don't know what I would do with it so much. Anyway, there's plenty of others that I'm thinking of getting. Let It Ride I'm thinking of getting because it's got that lovely horse, a few horse images, and it's in the style of Waterfront and Snowfront. So I think they would kind of pair up really beautifully. So I'm thinking of getting that one. So, yep. But I'll go through it again. Maybe I'll do a video dedicated to talking about these stamps and actually show you what they look like through the catalogue so that you get a better idea. So, right. Are there any more questions? because I'm going to hop off, and my husband poured a little glass of beer earlier, and I had a little taste before I came on. Maybe that's why I'm sounding so jolly. I'm going to go and sit and chat to him, and I've got my mother coming up tomorrow, so tidying duty. Sorted out my daughter's bedroom, hoovered the hall upstairs, and then I just got to sort out the front room tomorrow. Right, I've been on an hour, so I better go. So thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. You know, whenever you press that thumbs up button, or you know, leave me a message, it does make my day. I know, you know, you may not think it, but it really does. It's lovely to know that, you know, when you feel appreciated. So, sorry, lovely to know when you are appreciated and then you feel it too. So that's really lovely of you. And yeah, please stay in contact with me. And if, you know, you've got ideas for me, I'd love to put them into action. So there we go. You're welcome, Sherry. Enjoy my beer, thank you. Find an Australian distributor and ask for a PDF of the sale list. I will send to you, but the prices are wrong. Could be wrong. Why do I need an Australian one? Do you want me to compare the Australian prices? To be honest, I don't think I've got time for that. I'll let the Australian demos do that, because there'll be plenty of Australian demos who will want to share that information. So, oh, Pam. Sorry, Pam. Pam, are we friends on Facebook? If you message me, I can put you in touch with, I know 3 demonstrators in Australia that I deal with a lot. I mean, I know more than that, but there's Helen Woodbridge, Rosalie Desmond, or Vicky Allinson. She was on earlier. Okay. So they will be able to get you one straight away, and then give it another couple of days and it will be available on the website. But just think 15% off. And yeah. Oh, you're on a new demo. Oh my days, just log in. It's right there. They've done a huge announcement of it. So hi Jeannie. Jeannie, contact your demo, whoever you buy from. So guys in America, contact your American demos. They will tell you. And oh, there we go. Sherry is a demo too. It is on the. So just log in as a demonstrator. If you're a demonstrator, just log in. Tony, what do I clean my stamps with? Well, Denise is your demo. Oh yeah, Denise will tell you. Yeah, Denise will tell you. Well, just now I used good old-fashioned, what we call Adam's ale water, but generally I use the Stampin' Mist, this stuff, and my downline swears by this for cleaning her glasses. It's a 24-hour sale and it starts on Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday at 12 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So yeah, so this has got especially formulated to condition the rubber stamps. So it just, yeah, it's just really good for it. And it's just got a mild detergent, I guess, in it. But sometimes it's worth giving your photopolymer stamps a really good clean, and I would just say soapy warm water in a bowl and just give them a big clean, because sometimes the backs get very dirty. When I say dirty, they just pick up dust and stuff, so they don't cling to your blocks as well. So it's worth giving them a really good clean every so often. And then Stampin' Up have come out with this cleaner. I'm sorry, I've got washi tape all over it. Oh dear, this is from the other night of doing stamping with you guys. Stamp cleaning pad. They recommend you use this as soon as you've used your photopolymer stamps, that you use that to try and prevent staining. So especially when you're using like red and pinks and purples and stuff like that. So you just, you know, clean off the excess ink. Yeah, that's right. And then you use your special cleaner thing here, and then you're meant to wash that off again as well, because it's got a stronger cleaner in it. So I have tried with my stamps that have been really badly stained. I have tried using a kitchen cleaner that has mild, very sort of lower elements of bleach in it. So it's not recommended by Stampin' Up, but after discussing it here live with a few people, they were like, yeah, we do that, and it's been okay. So I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying that I have done it, and I didn't think there were any adverse effects. So you are taking your stamps into your own risk by doing it, but it's up to you. So because yeah, can you see that one's like quite badly stained now? So yeah, so there we go. Has that answered your question? Although I think there was one night I left it, I did this with the new pad and I left it overnight just to see what would happen, and it was all right. Yeah, this is really badly stained. It doesn't matter, it doesn't affect how they stamp, it just means that they're a little bit pink. So. Right, guys, if you want to connect a bit more, but I am aware that with social media, one does still have to be careful, and you shouldn't just sort of jump and go, oh, be friends with me on Facebook and stuff. Just be, sorry, you know what I'm saying. So if you want a safe place to go and meet people, but you don't have to be friends with them, please consider joining my Facebook group called Artful Stampin Space. So it's a place that you can interact with other people, but you don't necessarily have to be friends with them, and perhaps you get to know them a bit better. So just be aware that there's that, because generally on YouTube I found that I haven't had many trolls, that that everyone's been really super nice and everything, but you just never know. Okay, you just never know. So people can pretend to be people and blah blah blah. So but Artful Stampin Space is great because people are actually sharing things, and I think it'd be very difficult to share stuff that you've made if you didn't do it yourself and if you weren't being genuine. So it's a good way to test out, is this person genuine? So you joined already. Excellent, Sherry. Right, so just go, if you go to my About Me page on YouTube, I've put a whole load of new links. So there's my Artful Stampin Facebook page, there's my website, there's my Artful Stampin Space, my shop, and a PayPal button if you ever feel like donating money towards the running of the channel. And at the moment I'm saying that any funds donated will go directly for me to buy new stamps so that I can make more videos. So that is what, I'm thinking in the future. I might do an event where I do, super chat and all that kind of thing, and maybe I'll have a charity that I'll donate to, because there are a couple of charities that I like to support. So I'm thinking maybe, when I do my all day, I'll say that a percentage of that, or all of it maybe, will go towards a charity. We'll see how it goes. So I've got some ideas for the future, and maybe doing longer lives and doing competitions and stuff like that, where you guys can see a video, then go away, make something, share it, and then, win a prize or something. So yes, lots of ideas up my sleeve. So nice to see you guys. Take care and have a great day, evening, morning, wherever you are. Bye.